The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. We Talk Wrestling. For the one stop you need for the most intriguing stories and headlines, and info on independent shows in multiple regions, We Talk Wrestling has you covered. Subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. Pro Wrestling on Tuesdays are a blast with the Wrestle Talk podcast. Join the Night Owl, DJ Big Sexy, Luke Roberts, The Alpha, Jay Wade, Nightmare Jones, and many others as they bring you the hottest takes on the major circuits, showcase interviews with various indie stars, and the only place to get news on the most popular fantasy wrestling promotion, the FWWC. Catch them every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central. Find all of their media outlets on their website at WrestleTalkPodcast.com.
Before each and every show, we like to remind our audience that freedom is never free, and all of us should be grateful to those who lay it all on the line. To all our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation every day, we love you and appreciate the sacrifices you make to protect all of us.
Get ready for episode number 129 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, as we welcome one of the fiercest women's wrestlers, throwing her competition all around the ring with fashion and grace. The queen of the German Suplex, Arie Alexander. This podcast is scheduled for one episode, where falls count everywhere.
Oh, yes, it may be getting cold outside, but we always keep it hot in here, everybody. That's right. And it is episode number 129 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, and we are glad that everybody's joining us here this evening. We will be having some others rolling in here as we move along. Just say hello as you enter the chat. Remember, we are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we are on Twitch, and of course on X at FCE Podcast. I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby here. On the top left to the top right is the Gem City Mouse Zmiz. And of course, down at the bottom, rounded out our trio is GQ. Gentlemen, we've got a great night here for you. But like I said, lots happened this past weekend, especially last night. A lot of things happening with the big on the big waves. So I guess with SmackDown, of course, we're going to see what we can discuss with Deadline here with NXT. That happened last night here too. A little bit history made. A little dirty dom-doms. A little bit
Don't say it.
Yeah, a little dirty.
Don't say it. My dirty dom.
He's a little dirty. That's all.
Yeah, he's a little less gold too, and that's dumb.
But you can't stop Dragon Lee.
Hey, you can't take the gold with him when he goes to prison. I mean, so.
Stop.
He'll get it.
Hopefully, mommy takes care of him. That's about it.
I mean, you could probably sell him the commissary, but that's probably about it.
That was a hell of a match, though. Like, it was a hell of a match. Those boys killed it, so.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, guys, let's see, who are we going? There we go. So like I said, keep coming in, guys. Here, like I said, we're going to have a lot of guests here joining us here, and of course, also, just to let you guys know here. I don't know what your drink of choice is. Of course, my non-carbonated one is, of course, anything out of the Haterade, the Haterade container.
Just some.
So I'm always sipping on the Haterade, and of course, also to keep that energy up. Guess what I'm drinking? Oh. Yes, sir. A little bit of a breezy blast with Bucked Up. Remember, code is winner123. That will get you 20% off your order here with buckedup.com. They got everything energy-wise, supplements, everything for men and women to keep your performance steady and going, guys. Remember, that's buckedup.com, and keep that code in mind, winner123. That'll get you 20% off. And so,
we need
guys, at
sponsors
this time,
ourselves now, I think.
we're not going to wait any longer here because we already got our guest waiting in the wings. Of course, our guest here tonight is a very good, well-known female competitor around the Midwest, and of course, she's had her appearances around with the big stages, even going to AEW Dark, Impact, and of course, recently you could see her face on the most popular, talked about Netflix series, The Wrestlers. So, everybody, with no further ado, please welcome to the Falls Count Everywhere podcast this evening, the queen of the German Suplex, Miss Arie Alexander.
Hello.
Arie, how you doing tonight?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, I know I
Wonderful.
already speak for everybody here. We're very pleased to see you here, and we're going to be very happy to talk about some business here with wrestling. But I know, like I said, I've been kind of going off of the kind of reliving some of the episodes recently of wrestlers because I've already seen them once through, and I wanted to see a few of them because I know that what you've been in again, and of course we'll get to talk about. But how are you coming off? Did you have a busy weekend? Have a good show, or take?
Yeah, actually, I wrestled yesterday, so it was pretty good. I wrestled a girl named Casey Clay. We had a pretty good match. I'm the women's champion there. It's called Wrestling Theology in Indiana. I can't remember what part of Indiana. It's so freaking far. It's far from me. That's all I know.
I think Indiana's all just one part. I mean,
Really, like, it really is. It's huge.
There's a lot of mystery in Indiana, especially Evansville, but we won't go there.
Yeah.
Oh my! But no, we're very happy to have you here, and like I said, we're going to go ahead and get started here as soon as I find. Oh yeah, my notes are right over here, of course. But no, I'll go ahead and start us up here this evening. As far as regards to the business, tell us, how did you get started with watching wrestling? And when did you decide to become a professional wrestler? And then also, how did you get your opportunity to get started in the wrestling business?
So basically, I kind of always just grew up watching wrestling with my dad when I was a kid and stuff, and we'd always watch it. And my dad started training to be a wrestler before I was even born. And then once he met my mom and everything, I guess he kind of like stopped wrestling because he was started having a family and stuff. And then as I started getting older and I started turning more of like a teenager, he got back into wrestling. So I would always go to all these indie shows and watch him wrestle and stuff. And he just like always told me he didn't want me to wrestle, didn't want me to be a part of it. And then like one day he was like in a storyline with this guy, and the guy asked me, he said, "Do you want to walk out with me and be my manager? And then like it'll be like this big thing where you're against your dad." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I did it, and I really loved it. And my dad found me a training school in Cincinnati. It was called Ascend Pro Wrestling, and I started training, and here I am 5 years later, and I love it. So he still hates it that I do it, but he supports me.
Wow. So you say your father is the second generation wrestler.
Yeah.
So I guess he started around the area where you're at, around
Yes.
the Cincinnati area. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know how old your father is, but I'm going into my 28th year in the business. So I mean, I've got
Yeah.
so many years in miles and so much on me here. And I'll tell you what, it's we love it so much, and some of us love it so much we don't know what we do without it. So
Exactly. Yeah.
I
in
know
regards to when you walked the guy out, that he asked you like to be the father versus the daughter kind of thing, or daughter against the father. Did he know about that before you walked out to the curtain?
Yes, he knew.
Okay.
He knew. And like the fans went crazy because they're like, "Oh my God." They were doing the story where like they were trying to one up each other and take things from each other. And then he's like, "Oh, I took your family. Like your daughter's walking me out now." And the fans went nuts, and I just really loved like that crowd reaction. I started off as a heel, and I just it was a lot of fun, and I just kept going with it and kept going.
Yeah.
So with the initial fire then from all of that, who take us through like who trained you? What kind of regiment did you have through training, and what did you take away from your training going forward?
So that place was called Tough Pro Wrestling. It's in Franklin, Ohio, and it's a guy named Novocaine who gave me my first opportunity with
Wow.
the whole storyline with my dad. And then I started training at Ascend Pro Wrestling with Tim Lutz and Chris Ledbetter, and they basically taught me like the basics and how to take a bump. And then I kind of like trained there for about 8 months, and then I slowly started training with Jimmy Wing Yang. I'm sure you guys know who he is.
Nice.
Nice.
So I started training with him, and I was training there and at that school. Like it was just like me, Jimmy's girlfriend at the time, Jazzy, which is his daughter, and like two young kids, and it was just us, a small group. And it was like during COVID too, so we would like film matches and post it online and all this stuff. And so I was training like 4 or 5 days a week, and then I slowly got away from the school I started at and trained with Jimmy. And then I went up to OVW and I trained with Doug and Al and, everyone up at OVW. And I also trained with Cody Hawk in Cincinnati as well. So I was just kind of going everywhere that I could go, to just learn from everyone.
Jimmy's one of my favorite underrated talents.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, as far as I remember Tough Pro Wrestling, I remember seeing a lot of their videos. I mean, it always seems like a small, tight venue to walk through.
It is. It's very just like a hole in the wall place, but you got a lot of good people there that, want to succeed. They just got to, get out of there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even with it's kind of funny how the building is, because remember, like they lined their steel cage up against the side, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much you can put in that building, but the crowd that they get in there, boy, they do get into it for the matches they've seen in the past. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I've seen it before because like I said, even when I was booking not too long ago, about 6 years ago in Evansville, I was looking at talent in Tough that's actually went through Tough.
Oh,
Like
cool.
even maybe possibly Johnny Suede was in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, that's one of my good buds there, and yeah, in a few others. So I mean, I would say there was some good work out of Tough. Yeah, interesting building though, but I was always
Yeah.
but I always admire for those who want the drive to go and do what they want to do, especially in a small place like that, because then that's more for passion than anything
Yeah, you
in
can't do all your
places like
cool
that.
flippy stuff off the top because the ceiling's like down low. So you gotta wrestle,
Right.
Yeah.
But
No
no, man,
young bucks there.
so I had to get that in there, and of course I know about Cody Hawk because that's husband of Shauna Reed, who's
Mhm.
been on the show. So yeah, so no, bunch of good people, man.
So
Yeah.
we know your dad was in the business and everything. What wrestling veterans did you look up to get advice from when you were helping to get through like all the training and even now today, and that helped with your knowledge and the respect for the business and everything?
Yeah, there was a lot of veterans that I would talk to, for example, like Al Snow and Doug. They were really hard. They're like really like Jimmy was also really big. They weren't very nice. There was a lot of tough love, and there was a lot of times that like they made me cry, and then they'd be like, "I'm not apologizing. Like you got to get better." So those are, of course, my dad was a big. I still go to him and like call if he's not at the show with me. I call him like, "Hey, can I call this match to you to make him like make sure it makes sense, and stuff like that." So I would definitely there's a lot of I would say there's definitely a lot more people that I look up to. That's I guess if you want to say like indie people that I look up to.
Were there any like major idols that you had like in regards to the women wrestlers or even just male wrestlers at all?
Yeah, so growing up, my dad has always been a big Ric Flair fan. So he's literally like obsessed with Ric Flair. Like if I wish I could like surprise him and like have him meet Ric Flair, he would literally probably pass out. He is just in love with Ric Flair. So I've always been a Ric Flair and like Charlotte fan, and I'm also a big Arn Anderson fan. I like all like the old
Yes,
school wrestling.
Yes.
So
yes.
hence my name Double A. So yeah, I really like Arn. So he's also someone I really look up to.
So one of the things that I saw online with you and when Ruby sent over the information is you do a lot of intergender matches, and I know in some areas in wrestling people frown upon it. I'm somebody that kind of like leans into yes, it's a great thing, And then sometimes it's like, that might have just went a little too far kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Explain to us like how you feel about that style, and does it deserve more of a place in the business? Because WWE did the mixed gender thing, the tag team, and I actually liked that component. So I liked how they did it, and I think it should get a bigger place. And with the influx of women that we're seeing, get their dreams and start coming in, like, I think it's time that we start raising the bar just a little bit for everybody. How do you feel about intergenders and stuff?
I agree. I love it. I kind of started doing it. Like, I started with intergender matches just because, like, the school that I was at, I was the only female there. So I had no choice. I just kind of like worked with the guys all the time. And then, like, my whole time there's never another girl that came. And then I just kind of got used to working the guys. And then, like, which I still do them all the time. I think that they're great. I think it shows that, like, us women are strong and we can wrestle whoever. Like, I don't think, like, the guys should just wrestle the guys and the girls should just wrestle the girls. Like, we should be able to wrestle whoever. I mean, I love it. Personally, I think it's a lot of fun. You can tell a really good story,
Yeah, and you've had some really good ones out there. I can't remember off the top of my head, but like Tessa Blanchard, she had a great one on TNA. Like I can't remember who she fought now. Who's she fight? Eddie? No, it's not Eddie. Oh my God! Why? Whatever. I remember that match.
I just can't remember. Yeah,
it was fun. It was a blast, and it's also that great that story of the power of women, and that's why I like it. But does it feel like? Do you have to get in a different mindset going into that match going over and just fighting another woman?
Yeah, I guess kind of in a way. Like, if I'm I'm 165 pounds, if I'm going in there with a 300-pound dude, I kind of got to have a different mindset to tell a story. But then there's also women that are a lot bigger than me too. So I guess there's not much of a difference, but you just got to tell that story, and we're supposed to make the fans believe, right? So
right.
And
look, Dad coming in saving me.
Say,
Dad coming in and saving me. Thank you, sir. I forgot it was Sammy Calloway. My bad.
Man, but I know that. So it's like, take for me of being a bigger guy. I mean, more of around the 360, 370 mark right now. But me, if I had to face a woman one-on-one, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to kill them.
right. I know that's a lot of like guys' mindsets. Like, oh, I don't want to hurt her, but like, I think we're in this business and we know what we're in for, and I think we know how to protect ourselves, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm a big. I love what the women are doing in the business, from WWE all the way down now to the Indies. You got Alley Cat down there. That's one of my favorites still that hasn't really got a shine. So like, there's so many of you women that are killing it. Shauna Reed, another one. Absolutely love watching her. So yeah, keep it up. That's all I gotta say. I love seeing my girls be able to see women doing the same thing that their dad loves. So
Yeah.
No, like I said, I am all for mixed tag team. In fact, I wish there was a promotion out there, and if I don't know any right now, if someone, or even if you know it, but even like if there's like a mixed tag team championship, that would be
I've
bad.
been saying that. There's like this.
AAA doesn't they?
AAA?
Maybe they do. Yeah, in Chicago.
I want to say no. Mexico. Sammy Guevara and his girl were that at one time. Yeah.
Oh, they were at one
there
time
was a place
before.
There's a couple out there.
There is a few, I think, now that I think about it. I know there was one in Chicago too, because I believe Laney Luck and GPA has the titles.
I mean, Dan the Dad's had some great intergender matches. Shout out to the St. Louis area. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, they can be entertaining, with the intergenders. And like I said, that's my only fear is just, what happens if a guy hurts the girl? I mean, the girl hurts the guy. I mean, that's the guy's fault. I'm like, dude, you should, that's your fault, bro. You got to be tough. I mean, we all have to be tough that in this business to an extent. I mean, we have to. I mean, our outer layer has to be tough. We have to know how to grit and get by to the next to the next show or to the next spot on the card or whatever the case may be. If something slips up, we got to move on. So, um, but no, I mean, I'm really, I think really the biggest part is I like mixed tag team matches. Whether it be 6 person or just like guy to girl. Like so, that mixed challenge was pretty good.
I
Yeah, it
mean,
was a lot of fun.
okay, we were talking about NXT. Did you not see this past week where Lash Legends body slammed Otis?
Yes,
That was sick, bro. That was a great moment for that match. Like, I love the whole blending of everything. I'm just a wrestling fan. That's all it is.
for that girl to muscle up that big dude, I was like, wow.
It actually made me realize how much potential Lash Legend has. Just saying.
Oh man, that's
Well, you
that.
didn't witness though Miranda Gordy arm wrestling big tough guys in a bar and winning, showing them how tough that she is though too. So I mean, women have a lot of strength in this business.
That's one woman I'm not going to mess with, Miranda.
Oh no, not that. Oh no. She learns from her dad. I'll tell you that. That's all you need to know. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into at least the first question here in regards to the wrestlers. Um, because with me watching through, I think the only guy that I can really kind of relate to that was featured on there, of course, is Cash Flow because I'm mainly doing it in there for the love. I mean, sure, I get some bread at the end of the show, but like I said, that's not making me my everyday living. I mean, would it be nice, of course, but with Cash Flow, and then of course, I've seen with Dark Storm, and of course, it's ironic I saw Jake Lawless in there, and it was funny because like over 2 years ago, he was down in the area. He was like participating in a battle royal, and he had like another match, and actually got to be in the ring with him, which was pretty cool. Um, but now, as far as from all the featured stories, and we know we most of it, a lot of it was on Haley and Maria, and then of course, with Al and Matt and all that. So, with all the feature stories that were presented there, what superstar from OVW do you feel that has a good story but didn't get an opportunity to tell it? You feel it should have been featured on? Um, it should be featured on the series. Is there somebody that's got a good story that wasn't told on the show?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a little biased. I'm gonna say myself, just because I was at OVW for a long time, for 3 years, and they made it really like it was very important for us to be a part of the show. They made told me it was very important for me to be a part of it, and like I quit my job and I like made a lot of sacrifices to be a part of the show, and I like was there. And every time that they asked me to like go there, they would call me like, "Oh, I need you to go out with Haley, and you guys just go out. We're gonna film." And then like I just like really stopped my life and lost everything in my personal life to go film this show, and then I wasn't really on the show, you know what I mean? So I would
Yes.
say myself, like if they do have a season 2, which is in the like talks and stuff and everything like OVW, then I'm gonna make it very apparent like I deserve to be featured in this show. Like I sacrificed a lot, and I'm still like trying to get on my feet from that. So I need like it's my turn now, you know.
Yeah. And I will say this, for reasons that I know, and I'm not going to say, but you do have a good story. I mean,
Yeah.
with everything that, even with you being in your 5 years, I mean, I think you've got a good story from all elements around, not just that, from personal to your wrestling background with your dad and everything else. I think you've got a
Mhm.
lot of components, and I think your story really needs to be told as well. My personal
Yes.
opinion.
Thank
So,
you.
I mean,
um,
I was telling Brandon Espinoza just what two
Couple weeks.
months ago, a couple months ago, and at one of our shows that I think there should be a second season because I would love to. Like, my son's like, "Hey, when's Brandon going to be on it?" Like, we saw him on, like he was
Right.
there, but like he's not, and then he's not because we're watching OVW now. Like, that's how I initially got introduced to you, and then Ruby said we're getting you on the show. I'm like, "Oh, this is killer!" Like, so there's a bunch of people that I would love to see get a little bit more screen time, and I think that's a beautiful way to make OVW relevant again. And I hate to say it like that because OVW still produced some pretty killer cats besides the ones we already know. So pray that there's a second season and we see your face on there. That'd be amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be totally outrageous there. But but no, I mean, I really enjoyed watching that because there's a lot knowing that how long I've been in the business, and I know the travels because I've been through like 8 different states that throughout the Midwest wrestling in my career, and just knowing how some of these guys, sacrifice. Some guys, I mean, and I feel bad because these guys have sacrificed a lot more than I have. I mean, I had something to fall back on, you know,
Right.
but I had safety nets, but some of these guys don't. I'm like,
Mhm.
I kind of feel like crap when I see that. And I'm like, I wish these guys had a lot more, you know.
Right.
But I mean, but more. But God, you got to give it to these guys that just do it, and especially with you quitting your job and saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to feature you," and then all of a sudden, you don't. I mean, you get dilly squat, and then what do you get out of it?
Right.
You got to try to get
Mhm.
something else to make your income,
Yep.
which
Exactly.
sucks. That
Mhm.
it's not even fair. So, man. But that's all I'm going to say on that for now, because I think GQ's got our next question lined up for you.
Out of all out of the big name wrestling promotion appearances that you've had in your career, which one stands out to you the most and why?
I would say AEW. All the time that I've been there, everyone's been very nice to me. Like, they're very just like, you don't have to stay here, like, just sit here and be by yourself. Like, you're walk where you want, talk to who you want to. Like, everyone's very welcoming. Like, they come up to you, they talk to you. Hey, do you need to know where catering is? Like, you could sit in catering and just hang out with the talent. You don't feel like you're just like a nobody there, you know what I mean? And it's every time that I've gone there, I've had a really good experience, and I love it every time that I go.
And I know a lot of people think that what he shows is not how he really is, but is Tony Khan exactly how he appears on TV?
Yeah, pretty much. I haven't like got the chance to like talk to him personally, but I've been like near him, like around him. Now he's just an awkward person, you know. That's okay.
I don't want to talk about the hyper energetic, all happy, you did a great job kind of thing, anti Vince McMahon, So
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a character. I love him.
I know. But that's just one thing, and I'm sorry, dude, but Z, I would even go out on a limb and saying you should have never brought in Collision. If you were going to bring a show back, you should have brought AEW Dark back instead of going to
Yeah.
Collision, because a lot of these guys and gals that are working out there that are trying to get their name out there, that was really a really good spot for them to go to, like Ari was, and even
It
Shauna
was,
Reed was
yeah.
there. God, I think there's like one or two other talents that I knew of that got in there too, and it's just bad, dude. Because, dude, Collision is just too much. AEW does way too much taping on
Yeah,
Dynamite nights.
Dark was really cool, and it was really good for us indie people to kinda get out there and stuff, and I actually just did AEW in Cincinnati when they were last here, and, like, it was on a Wednesday, and they're like, "Well, we don't, like, really use extras on Wednesdays," and I'm thinking, "Well, why the heck did you invite all of us?" And literally, like, 15 minutes before the show started, they were like, "Oh, well, Ar" it was me and Shauna. They were like, "Ari and Shauna, you're in a tag against, Anna and Ty Valkyrie," and we were
Mm-hmm.
like, "What?" And they were like, "Yeah, you guys are going out in 10 minutes. Get ready." So we had to hurry, put gear on, like we didn't even got time to like call this match. They were just like, "We'll talk to you," and we're like, "All right." And it was like a dark match
That's
before the
nuts.
show. Like it wasn't filmed, it wasn't taped. Like it was just
Uh,
like a pre-show dark match before it started. And I was like, well, I mean, it was cool to be in my hometown and me and Shauna's hometown, and we got to tag and stuff, and it was fun. But I'm thinking like, I wish they would just bring Dark back. That'd be a lot cooler.
I
Or
mean,
giving you more time for that match,
I still say when they announced they got ROH should have invaded and taken Rampage as their 1 hour show kind of thing and had ROH there. They should have had all the younger talent or the people still trying to, climb the ladder on Dark, because Dark was really cool. It really was. And then you had AEW Dynamite be the feature AEW show, and that's how they worked it. And then it's this whole ROH trying to take. It would have been fine. They could have really done something cool, but hey, I still like AEW, so I can't really complain.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff there.
There is.
So on the days of the wrestler and going through a day of filming and stuff, you talked already a little bit how you dropped everything to be full force into that. And, Ruby talked about how some of you guys just sacrifice everything while we sit back and kind of just, on the bottom. And I got a family. I'm breaking in now myself with 5 years in. So you've sacrificed a lot. Take us through a day on the set of Wrestler, how it went. And then how did Matt Jones, has he adapted to wrestling like the show kind of implied?
Matt Jones is definitely, I'll just say, a character. He came in, he came in as one of those guys that just was like a business guy that kind of just rubbed everyone the wrong way of you guys got to do this and we're going to do this. And he doesn't literally know a thing about wrestling. He couldn't tell you a thing about wrestling. He's just a guy with money that's just trying to film a TV show. And he rubbed a lot of the girls the wrong way because he'd be like, oh, you guys have to move to Louisville, to film this show. And and I almost did move up there because I was like, all right, were you going to pay for my apartment then if you want me to move up here? And he's, oh, yeah. And I was like, no, I'm not leaving my family. I'll just drive. It's Cincinnati. It's an hour and 45 minutes. And just basically a day there, it was we were just told to just be ourselves, and we just weren't even allowed to look at the cameras, acknowledge the cameras. So it was kind of we just had to pretend the cameras weren't there. Everything that had happened was real, and nothing was set up. That's all real stuff. I kind of think that people thought it was going to be a reality type thing where it was all kind of fake and stuff, but no, it was definitely all real. And it was just weird constantly having cameras in your face, every single move you make just following you from room to room to room, and you had to pretend they were invisible. So it was kind of weird, but over the months, you definitely just got used to it and just became a new normal, But I would say Matt has gotten, he's gotten better.
Well, it seemed to the end, that's another reason why I want to see. I know, and these two are probably going to get frustrating some people in the comic section. I've been a diehard fan, and I believe 100%. I'm going to keep saying it. If you're not a fan of the business, you're in the business for the wrong reason, because a fan wants to see it keep moving and see it keep going, and we want to learn just the same. I'm somebody that Tony Khan, Vince McMahon, Paul Heyman, all those guys, the bookers, the owners, that's the guys I look up to and I want to emulate and try to work towards. And that's my goal in the wrestling world, while you trying to kick people's faces and be my guest. I like the backstage thing. So seeing the wrestlers pull back the curtain a little bit, and OVW taking that risk and opening up Pandora's box a little bit wider. Do you think it's going to be beneficial for OVW and the business going forward? Because my kids and I sat there just glued to the TV for all 8 to 10 episodes that it is. And it's amazing.
It was a very good, very great, it made me, when I watched it back, I was like, wow, that was crazy how they put all that stuff together. I think it's going to be very beneficial to OVW. I know we have, another person that has come into OVW and is helping out, and we're have remodeled the whole OVW building and stuff. So it looks a lot better. We got better cameras, way better production and everything since this kind of came out. And I think that this Netflix show has really helped OVW a lot, because we're going to start doing tours and a bunch of cool stuff we got coming up.
Sick. I can't wait to see more out of you guys down there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that the publicity has gotten you guys more, and it really just takes it through what really an independent, because I'm around an independent promotion who still does that. you know, they ask, when are you going to flyer? When are you going to push your show on social media?
Mhm.
How are you going to get this promoted? You know, and like I said, with their last one, we only had 2 weeks to promote, and they actually packed the venue um, with,
I'll get that one.
to its capacity, even with just 2 weeks of advertising because everybody worked hard. So it
Yeah.
just goes to show, if you get into town, you got to go everywhere you can, and then like I said, sometimes a lot of times work does pay off, but if you don't put the effort in, you just can't rely on one source.
Right.
And trust me, I've had a lot of struggles with that when I had to promote, and that's why I don't do it no more.
Right.
Yeah, my money's gone. Thanks, jackass. But
Right.
yeah, that's. I mean, that's all I can really say about it because I mean, if I could, I mean, I've already had my stress over it. It sucks. I mean, losing money is not good, but you live and learn. You say, well, at least I see
Well,
I did that in my career.
yeah, it's a risk you gotta take, you know?
I know, and it really sucks. But I
So
move on. So
before I get into my next question, no, I want to ask something added on to a lot with the rustlers and everything. Did that help increase like your demand? Like, did that help like pick up a lot of more
Ooh,
bookings
good
from it?
question.
Yeah, it did a little bit. I've gotten a lot of, like a lot more podcasts and, like, I wouldn't say it really helped too much with my bookings because I was already pretty booked up for the year anyway, so I had a couple people reach out, and unfortunately, I was already booked and stuff, and I always try to stick to my original bookings. I don't ever take anything unless, like, it was, like, AEW or WWE, then, of course, I'm gonna let go, but, um, yeah, I just stick with my original bookings and stuff, but, yeah, it definitely helped with a lot more podcasts so I could, like, talk and people could get to know me better and stuff.
Yeah, pulling back that curtain, seeing the real side of everybody because we're all human. Like that's the
Uh-oh.
cool thing about it. Yeah, like
What?
I'm just
that's one of
kidding.
my so you know we go back to the days of the click and all that stuff when they do the curtain call and like the gasp that was in professional wrestling, right? And then now we're seeing one of the guys that literally kept his character to the T for so many years open up and start having these one man dead man shows, and we're going to see like the personality, the person behind. For me as a fan, it literally gets me giddy. Like, so watching podcasts or listening to podcasts, getting to listen to Jericho or somebody else or Bischoff, the people I really enjoy listening to, talk to people and like listen to their passion and their fandom, like it makes me more of a freaking fan.
Wait, you're saying we're human? Are you saying like the hurricane really wasn't a superhero?
Oh, shut up. Hurricane is a hero.
yeah, he is
Quit
a
it.
superhero.
And we still don't know who it is.
That's right.
So my other question is there any particular moment that stands out as your crowning achievement in your professional wrestling career?
Yeah, definitely. I think honestly, I always go back to my first match I ever had just because I worked so hard for that match. Like I trained for like a year and a half before I even wrestled because I was like so afraid to like perform in front of everyone and like mess up and stuff. And I wrestled. I'm not sure if you guys know her name's Haley Shadows, and
Mm-hmm.
she was the first
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
She was the first person I had my match with, and she was just so sweet to me and like literally like walked me through the whole match because I was freaking out. And like I still watch that match back and I look at it and I'm like, oh, not I didn't look that great, but like I loved it because it was my first match and you can never get that back. So
Yeah, I,
I love
definitely.
that. I
yeah,
love that.
yeah. I remember seeing Haley in action, and that was one of the talents I was hoping to bring in.
Yeah, she's
With my
awesome.
book because she's got a really good distinctive character, and it just the aura about her is just just her work is just pretty solid. So yeah, I kind of wish she would get a little bit better. I know she was like in more of the like girl fight promotions and out of Jeffersonville, with Pondo and some other places like that. But I mean, at least she's getting some good she's getting some good solid bookings with those type, with that. And but no, I definitely wish we would have seen a little bit more uh her go other places than that because I really she is an excellent talent as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, excellent. Oh man. So I know we're just zipping right through here.
You're good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, uh, it seems like the time is going slower than our our show usually is, right, guys? Usually,
I have another deep question I can ask.
go right ahead,
Sure.
man.
We know that in this business there are a lot of, as you say, sleazy promoters, sleazy wrestlers that try to book with not their brain, so to speak. Have you ever had to deal with any of those yahoos? Any kind of those?
Actually, I have not. I have not had to deal with like
Thank God.
creepy. I mean, I've had to deal with the promoters that are like, oh well, I can't pay you. Sorry.
Oh, we've all been there.
Yeah, it didn't have a good door, so like if I'm traveling like pretty far, I'll usually ask for like most of my money up front and stuff because
Amen.
I've had that happen. I one time like this promoter, he was like, "Oh, I don't think I can pay you," and I was like, "Do you need me to take you to the bank? I mean, I can take you to the bank so you can get your money out the ATM, but you're gonna pay me, like you're gonna pay me, or like I'm taking your belt, I'm gonna go rip up your ring, like." We're gonna do something. Like you gotta pay me.
What?
Haley
He's
Hood
like,
rubbed off.
you know what? Yeah, Haley. He's like, you know what? Actually, I just found the money. It was in my wallet. Yes, yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
love that response just alone on the promoters that can't pay at the time. I mean, like,
Holy cow.
but I'm glad. I'm actually glad because I think that might be one of the reasons why your dad didn't want you involved in the business because he knows how shady some of the people can be, or
Yeah.
sleazy.
I've heard so many
Whatever.
stories, but luckily, yeah, I haven't had any interactions with nothing like that.
And the way you're going, you would never have to deal with them.
Right? He's like, oh, okay. Try again. Try it. Maybe next time.
Well, I mean, she's going all upward and everything. I mean, she may.
We already know what you mean.
Oh man, that's something. Hop in my car. We'll go to the ATM.
I love
The first part of that statement is no. It's like, don't know you from Adam. My God. Oh my God. I've been like, hop in your own damn car, go to the ATM. I'll wait for you when I get back. Sitting in your ring. Holy cow, man.
You know better than that, you know, because he would have drove off and not come back.
Right.
We've all heard that before, so.
Oh my gosh.
And she would have had her own ring and a couple of belts and everything for herself. So.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'd rather would have been left alone than taking a chance of being taken to God knows who where, you know.
I think she can handle herself. I don't think that's a problem.
I know.
She also says she's taking her car. Like, we'll go. Come on. Like, I will take you.
Right.
Or is it staying on lock so I can push you out the door if I have to?
So, you know, we talked about getting a little bit real today and pulling back the curtain just a tad bit. I've been admiring all the art in the background in your bedroom there. Are you the artist? Because there's many wrestlers that have extra talents, or is it somebody, friends, or what? Because
So
some good stuff there.
actually, this is my mom's room because my room, because my room is like big, huge dogs, and they're like loud, and they'll bark. Like they'll hear you guys, and they'll bark because they think you guys are in my house. So, but the paintings are actually from I have some in my room too. They're from my brother. He paints, and he's like very artistic. Like we're complete opposites. He's like the gamer, the nerdy painter, like, and I'm all like always into. I was always into sports, and he was always into the cool stuff, you know, like so. Yeah, I wish I could paint, but I can't even draw stick figures, so I leave that stuff up.
Well,
to
you
him.
paint canvases in a different way, my dear. That's what it is.
Right?
Come in the artist then. So,
wow, no, that was a good question because I did admire that. I did admire it. I was like, man, that's some awesome looking art in the background.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, some of us gamers we can't help it to a fault, and you know, I've got so much stuff going on in my studio, and I've got a PS5 that came early, and I'm not ready to set up yet. So that sucks.
Yeah.
I'll take it off your hands. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah, I bet you will. I got some for you too, pal. Oh, oh well. So with my next one, and actually my last one is whether it be with OVW or anywhere you've gone, AEW, Impact, wherever, or any other promotion. Is there a road story that you're able to share with us that's either funny or memorable for any other reason? That can be told on the air without getting you in getting in trouble with anybody in the trouble of law or anything.
Yeah, I actually just went on a pretty cool road trip with some of the guys. We went up to Florida, and it was a lot of fun. Like it was an 18-hour drive,
Oh my
so
god!
in a Dodge Charger, and I of course was stuck in the back with this guy named Anthony Katina. He's freaking tall, huge, and he's all like spread out. I'm like, I'll just sit like this the whole 18 hours. And, like, it was a lot of fun because we just, like, played, like, wrestling games and just, talked about stupid wrestling stuff, and we made the best of it, and it didn't even feel like 18 hours. So, definitely being on road trips with people are always fun.
Time out. What wrestling games did you play in a Dodge Charger?
So, we would do, like, letters, like, if we would start with the letter A, and we'd have to name a wrestler with that name. So, I'd be like,
Yes.
So I'd be like Arn Anderson, and then whatever their last name was, then you'd have to do that letter. And we would be sitting there like going, it went on for hours. I'm like, geez, like I start cheating and looking shit up because I'm like, out. Like, I don't even know. So finally, it's like I quit. Like,
My kids' favorite thing to do is when we go so I only go to wrestling shows that my wife can come and all that stuff because it's a family thing for me. My kids tear down the ring, all that kind of stuff with us. It's fun. It's a good thing. And on the way to our shows, we always listen to theme songs and they try to guess who it is. Like, and I go all the way back. My kids are learning them all, so that's one of our favorite things. Just saying, man.
It's good when
Wrestling road games are fun, dude.
Oh man,
they can. They can.
yeah,
Dude.
those are fun. Yeah, I was kind of matching, because 18 now was it just 18 hours on the drive time because I know you had to stop because I know no one's holding the bladder for 18 hours, so you got to
Yeah,
stop
so
somewhere.
it was 18 hours altogether with the stopping and stuff because I think it
Oh,
was like
okay.
a 15-hour drive, and they're
Yeah.
dudes and they have to stop and like get food every couple hours because protein or whatever. And I'm like, guys, like I can't even eat that much. You guys are crazy. Like they're like, oh, we gotta get our protein in. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, us guys and our protein for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
I know,
Jeez.
right? Like,
Truth be
I'm
told,
like,
they just
give me
wanted
a
to drive.
candy bar.
They wanted to fart every 5 hours, so they didn't do it in the car because a lady was in there. So,
Oh,
Yeah,
so guys that like to
probably.
fart when the ladies around. So,
BS. BS.
Just get out, man. I'm tired of holding it in. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, that's cool. I mean, because trust me, I mean, within my first 5 years, I had too many stories that I guess I could write a book about, but
Right. Yeah.
you know, let's just put it to that um perspective. So, man, like I said, I know um we wired through pretty quick here, and I know that I know we're just under an hour being on here, but um we've actually got our next segment coming up, and I didn't know if you wanted to just stick around just to be part of it or not. I don't know what your time constraints were, but you know, or you're more than welcome to stick around. But I think that's unless if GQ's got anything else, I think that's all the questions we have lined up here for you.
any main goals for 2024?
There you go.
Yeah, I just want to travel a lot more. I'm working on getting my passport now, so I kind of want to go out the country and travel and just keep traveling. That's what I did this year. I traveled so much this year that it was insane. And I think next year I just want to do the same thing, but kind of like go out the country. I really want to go to like England and stuff like that. So
Oh
that's what
yeah,
I'm hoping for.
that Shadow's a big hit in the UK. Tell you
Yeah,
that. Uh,
yeah.
that's always a good place to go. And one of the guys around here in the Midwest just posted yesterday that he's only in his second year in the business, and he just got an invite to come up to Ontario to
That's
work.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a good look to him, man, and they wanted him up in Ontario. I'm like, yeah, now you got to worry about getting a passport, my friend.
Yeah,
Just,
exactly.
just crossing over in that border, so that's pretty awesome. Ah, shoot, man. Well, I'll tell you. Like I said, we usually have a weekly a segment that we usually do. You know, if you like
Okay.
to, like I said, we like to have fun, humor, and things, and we like to post stuff a lot. So usually we have some memes that we usually pull up here that we call Wrestling's Gold Memes, and you want to stick around for you're more than welcome to hang around.
Okay. I'm gonna stick around for a little bit.
Oh yeah, it won't take long at all. Probably about 5 minutes tops. If
Okay.
He
if
said
we're
that
not
that's
dying
about
for
it.
one reason or another. But but all right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and hit into it. It is that time. Well, if I knew how to cue up my own window. Take two. There we go. Okay. I'm going to restream, I swear to God. Anyway, it's Wrestling School Memes, everybody here. Time to have a little chuckle. And of course, it is December. And just so you know, this is how I feel about a certain particular carol. I am Bret Hart. And apparently everything else is Mariah Carey's. All I Want for Christmas Is You. I heard that song on a radio, happened to skip across it on November 2nd, and I wanted to drive to that station and throw a freaking egg at it. I was like, don't you dare play that crap. But I just decided not to listen to it until January again. The station that is. So yeah, there you go. But had to get that out of the way. Let's see. We use set alarms every 5 minutes. There you go.
That's
It's like
me.
the union beating down on you.
Right here.
Big Viz.
They got Apple iPhones do it every 9 minutes, but it's still, and for some reason, every 9 minutes still is kind of like an unrest for me. This is like, because I was like, oh, is it going to go off again? And I'm scared of it going off because I don't want to get startled.
Mhm.
Oh, my. Ooh. Man, boy, tell you what a misuse of that was. The union back in WWF. I guess that was the only one fighting the corporate ministry back then. Guys, Test, Big Show, and Mankind. Oh, and Shamrock. Shamrock's missing in the picture. So.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah. Where did Shamrock go? Oh, I bet you Mick Foley's blocking him back here. He's like, hey, I got my board.
The one alarm that you skipped.
Yeah. That's 7:15 ready to get hit again. So. Oh. And when your non-metal friend finally makes it to a show.
That can also be changed to your non-wrestling fan coming to a show to check it out and not knowing what the hell they're getting themselves into.
Oh, Demolition.
Oh, you hear the man like, what the hell? This ain't Kiss. So, oh yeah, but yeah, I think what was it? I think that was like 90 Survivor Series 90 with Perfect and all the Demolition back then. So, man, yeah, that was quite a team back then. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Before every AEW pay-per-view, this card sucks. And after. Oh my God, pay-per-view of the year.
Dude, they've been having some bangers. They've been having some bangers on the pay-per-views.
Oh, you think they did that with Full Gear? I'm sure they
know.
probably did.
Their cards. I just love Bullet Club Gold, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's funny. And then our last one, and you have to pay attention to detail on this one. At time Hulk Hogan lost his chain, so he made one out of paper clips and hoped nobody noticed.
Are you? What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, look,
that
is paper cut.
you just ruined my childhood.
Well, he might have just lost. He's like, dude, brother, I need a freaking chain. Here's a black big one. Oh my gosh.
God.
It was probably made by the person that sold all the WCW stationery and office stuff and everything on eBay back in the day. I'm just saying.
There's stationery for WCW, like
Yes, there was.
wow.
Yes, I bought some. No, I don't have it anymore.
Oh wow. Now he's gonna do you any good anyway. So like I said, it was kind of a soft week, but there you go. Wrestling Squad memes for you this week. And there you are. So all right. So Arie, the next I know the year's wrapping up here, but you got any big plans, any big shows upcoming here?
Yeah, I have a show in Michigan on the 22nd. It's an all-women's show, so it's like a tournament for the women's title. So hopefully I'm the new women's champion there. And then I have a show back at Tough Pro Wrestling on the 30th. So I haven't been there in a very long time. So Novocaine messaged me and asked me to come do their last show of the year, and I'm gonna go check it out. Only 2 shows left. Kind of sad.
Yeah, and I know. So well, hopefully we get to see you in OVW again soon here too. You know?
I was just on there. I worked Ellie like 2 or 3 times in a row. So
Right.
yeah, I wasn't there this week, but I was there the past couple of weeks.
All
So
right.
hopefully I'll be back.
All right, awesome. And then where can people find you on social media?
Twitter, it's Arie Alexander AA. Instagram, Arie_Alexander AA. And then Facebook, Arie Alexander.
All right. Awesome. Well, like I said, we appreciate you coming on here. Kind of, hopefully you enjoyed your time here. And
Yeah,
like I said,
it is
anytime,
awesome.
anytime you want to come back or get anything to promote, or if, like I said, spread the word to the others. I mean, like I said, I'm more, with the whole OVW and all the family there, and it seems like a really good group of people down up
Yeah.
there. And like I said, God, you just gotta admire Al Snow, just all that he's done, and then just that match that him and Doug worked. Holy cow!
Yeah,
I mean,
that was crazy.
I mean, man, what a good story, and just what a good guy Al is. So
Yeah, he is.
that's awesome, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on here, and like I said, we always wish you well. And like I said, tell others about us. I mean, we love to showcase anybody. Like I said, I'd love to get more of OVW or anybody else that you work with, even with Tough or anything else. Spread the word. We'd love to have them. And like I said, we definitely wish the best for you in a great 2024.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
See you guys.
All right, see you. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. So that was Arie Alexander, guys.
Don't make Z that big. Come on, let's go normal. Okay.
I know. We'll put you back down here again where you belong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Hey, listen. Hey, there's more advertisements for the upcoming feast, that people need to order from. You better watch it, buddy. Oh, shoot, man. No, it was quite, something. You know what? I know what I totally forgot. I did not turn my halos on. That's why I don't seem so bright this week.
That's a lot.
I was wondering why. I just let it go. I was like,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, one of our big shows, and I'm screwing things up. So yeah.
Did you really screw it up? We did beautiful there.
Oh no, man! What? Like I said, that's like I said, that was a great appearance, and like I said, I was definitely happy with with everything. It was pretty good stuff. I mean, like I said, really awesome talent, really good individual. So couldn't ask for a better guest for this week. So that's for darn certain.
And with her dad watching, I'm so glad you didn't have any Ric Flair memes in there.
I don't know. We probably should have had some Ric Flair memes in there.
No. I have a funny feeling her dad is somebody to be scared of. So
Yeah.
He's probably a really nice guy.
Oh yeah.
He's probably meaner than the guy you were making fun of, the monster last night.
Whoa. Savage wants to beat me up.
Everybody wants to beat you up.
Yeah, shoot. But no, guys, we're going to
Why don't we find out how our weeks have been?
Yeah. Well, when we get into that, in just a little bit here, we're actually going to take a brief intermission because we've got a lot of upcoming shows upcoming here, and we're going to be back in a little bit, about 3 minutes. Hang tight, guys. Don't leave. We're going to be back with more. We just got a lot. There's actually a lot of shows between now and next Sunday, if you believe it or not. If you don't believe me, check out this reel, and we'll be back here in a few minutes, guys. We'll see you then.
Check out these great shows and appearances coming to a city near you. Make sure to catch the best in Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling action every week with SICW All-Star Wrestling. Don't miss out on brand new episodes every week with exclusive footage in the upcoming weeks from the events taking place at the Chase Park Plaza, the Missouri Athletic Club, and the Belle Claire Fairgrounds. Tune in every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central on YouTube at SICW Wrestling. We'll see you at the matches. Friday, December 15th, Illinois Elite Wrestling comes to Pontoon Beach, Illinois at the Tri-Field Sports Complex as they present Christmas Carnage. Scheduled to appear are Kato, Justin Poole, and the IEW debut of the O'Neal Brothers. Doors open at 7 p.m. with a bell time of 7:30 p.m. For this event, you must bring your own chairs. Door ticket prices are $15 for adults, $5 for kids. Kids 5 and under get in free. To save money on adult tickets, purchase tickets in advance by visiting IllinoisEliteWrestling.ticketleap.com. Tri-States Wrestling hosts a big 2-day championship unification event as they present Rumble for the Rescue Dogs 2. All of this takes place on Friday, December 15th and Saturday, December 16th at the Bethany Community Gym in Bethany, Missouri, located at 1901 Miller Road. Scheduled to appear are the Iceman, Shai Lin, Calvin Aldridge, and Franco Varga. Ticket prices are $25 for VIP and $15 for general admission. For more information on the event and advanced ticket sales, visit TriStatesWrestling.com. Saturday, December 16th, New Breed Wrestling comes back to the Community Center in Eldon, Missouri as they present Deck the Halls with a special toys for Todd's Toy Drive. Don't miss the rematch showdown of Orton versus Race 2 as the Top Guns square off against Dangerous Derek McQuinn and Superstar Steve Fender. Entry into the event is donating a toy worth at least $10 or more. Visit New Breed Wrestling on Facebook for more information on this spectacular card. Make sure to catch all the action from Mid-States Wrestling this weekend at these awesome events. Friday, December 15th, Siloam Springs, Arkansas at the National Guard Armory. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a bell time of 7 p.m. Saturday, December 16th at the Relics Event Center in Springfield, Missouri. Doors open at 6 p.m. with a bell time of 7 p.m. Sunday, December 17th at the National Guard Armory in St. Joseph, Missouri. Doors open at 4 p.m. with a bell time of 5 p.m. Appearing on all three events is WWE Hall of Fame manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, plus many more of your top MSW wrestling superstars. To reserve your seats for this event, visit MSWtickets.com or call 858-848-SLAM. Sunday, December 17th, Glory Pro Wrestling returns to the historic South Broadway Athletic Club in St. Louis, Missouri for December Tourism Member 3 to benefit Operation Food Research. Doors open at 2 p.m. with a bell time of 3 p.m. Your main event features Camaro Jackson defending his Crown of Glory Championship against Warhorse and Jake Something. Tickets for adults are $20, $10 for kids. To get your tickets in advance, visit GloryProWrestling.com. Remember, fans, without you in the seats, there is no wrestling. Make sure you make plans to attend these shows, and we'll see you at ringside.
All right.
What's
guys.
his name?
And
Something.
I've got one other thing I do want to share, if I can get it up. Sorry, guys. Like I said, we've got a lot going on.
We're sorry you're not able to. Never mind.
Stop it.
I did.
Stop it now.
Man.
Here's what I wanted to share here real quick, okay?
Woo-hoo.
So this is upcoming here, and like I said, we'll promote as much as we can here because there's big things coming in 2024. This is one of them. This is for Saturday, February 17th. This is actually the Wild Man. This is the retirement celebration of the Wild Man Beast. This is a guy who I was actually in the ring with for my very first match, and longtime career manager off and on here for GQ. And GQ will be at ringside for his final match up in Berwyn, Illinois. Doors open at 6, bell times at 7. And tickets are available on eventbrite.com. Just look for Saturday Night Fever and look for that date. And from what I understood here at GQ, that actually tickets are selling pretty quick, and there's people coming out from other countries to come in to see this event.
Well, is it Puerto Rico part of the states? So kind of,
Well, yeah, it's yes.
But yeah, the people are coming in from Puerto Rico and all over the United States. I know a lot of surprises. I was actually talking with one earlier today on one of my posts on Facebook. Another manager of his might try to make it out to that. We don't know yet. So, but I have also heard that I think another person will be there too.
Who? What now?
Another, freak type.
Oh, okay, another freak. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. I got you. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Like I said, over 35, close to 36 years he's been in the business.
36.
And so right now, you can buy tickets in advance at $15, $20 at the door. The kids 8 and under, kids 8 and under are free. It's for squared circle megastars. And that's
you can also find them on Facebook, and I could probably send you the link later to your post on our page too.
Right. So yeah, so let's kind of talk about like so there's some things that happened last night. Like I said, MMWA they had their big show down at South Broadway Athletic Club. Apparently Ricky Cruz defended the title against Damian Blade successfly.
Let's backtrack on that a little bit. The Butcher Damian Blade.
The Butcher Damian Blade. Well, okay, whatever. It's still Damian Blade. It's not like I'm calling him from any of his other monikers, but But
he removed the thing that was protecting everybody. He removed that mask off of Blade.
Yep. And guess what he got to replace it with?
Unholy terror.
Well, I tell you, it just wow. To get like a grasp or like a handful of these skewers, put them down, and then start snapping on the back of the skewers right in somebody's skull, man. Oh, and then look like a peacock, and then you pull them out. It's just like nothing but a freaking Crimson River. So nasty, man. I mean, it's just so nasty. It's like a pulling a Moxley move there, because Moxley's like, "Oh, it's time for me to do this,"
Some people
you and I have both faced the Unholy One, or at least been around the Unholy One when he was around, and that's something that Ricky Cruz don't want.
Yeah. Well.
Plus, he had a great show last night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I wish Dona wouldn't have left early, but the official retirement of War/Chris Riot.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet one. We got to see the Notorious One, unfortunately, not unfortunately, because I like him. I know some people don't, but take the belt. So congrats to that. We had a stellar show. I can't be happier. It really felt good being in the locker room last night. Like, everyone was on point. Mad props. Yeah. Mad props.
But for those that see my post, I actually got to meet Dink the Clown last night, and I got a picture with him.
Stop it. I know he's not that coolie, but still, you can't pick on him all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Just half the time.
No, thank you to Chris Riot once again. War, like, dude's a god. Not a god, but a good guy. Great in the wrestling world. I know Some people view him differently. I too was walking down that path at one point where I viewed him very negatively. The man that came back and did this run 100% wasn't that man, and I commend him respectfully. Like, I can't wait to keep working with him because he's going to stay around in the back and stuff. He's going to go into all the shows still, he said. But thank you to the man. That's all I got to say.
That was my first time going to an IEW show in a long time. And it's amazing how much I could go around. I have been there for 2 years, and people come up giving me hugs and loving me a lot more than Doug O'Shea, which I can see that. I mean, because Doug O'Shea is, meatloaf with brown gravy. So
we're not who everybody thinks we are. I promise you that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad I got a chance to, meet with some others that haven't talked with in a while. It's like I said, the wrestling business is kind of funny, especially when you have multiple competing promotions around like a certain area. Even with the 50-mile radius, I mean, people still get a little bit strange. But speaking of strange, hey, no, didn't know the. I guess I'm the only one here on the show that will never be. I will never be photobombed by a cat.
Oh, this is Hero, man. This is my son's cat. Oh, that's another thing. Last night was super cool. So yesterday was a really special day for me as a dad wise and being in the business and getting to share it with my kids and stuff. And like I said, I'm a family guy. But Chase, my oldest one, all right, bud, you got to go. So my oldest one, okay, you're going to come back. Never mind. Chase's birthday was yesterday. So I embarrassed him in front of everybody, did the whole dad thing and happy birthday. He took 13 kendo sticks to the bottom for his 13 whippings like a champ. He's an awesome kid. I can't wait. And then watching him tear down, dude, it's going to be fun. Who
gave him the kendo sticks?
I did. Will you quit, dude? Get out of here.
Yeah. Well,
go.
One of the reasons I don't have a cat is because you never know what they're going to knock off or get in the way of.
Live podcasting, right?
Right. There you go. So, no, but as far as last night, the main event, I'll tell you what, was tore up. Many spots in that show. I mean, it brought me back, especially when Chaos was there, sitting front row, and then actually getting being part of that match, which was crazy how it ended, or at least the last 5 minutes of it. And but no, it's just seeing War announce the retirement, and let me tell you, when you got somebody telling you that you have a medical condition that could change your life, and there's really nothing you can do about it, other than you probably shouldn't be doing something strenuous like wrestling, then you got to hang them up. And that's the suck part about it, because, like I said, we plan on War being, appearing in IEW for many, many shows upcoming. And in fact, he was on the poster for the upcoming Friday show, but obviously he's done in the ring. Will he appear in IEW again, just on a administrative role? I mean, the only time will tell, but if he wants to just spend his time with his family and, and not worry so much about IEW, then that's what he'll do too.
Hey, you know what? But the best commissioner, second best commissioner around Larry Wolf is smart. No, I'm not going to stop. He's the second best commissioner around.
Okay, I have good ideas every once in a while. Continue.
He would sign him to maybe a leadership role of some kind there, or whatnot. I mean, so although Larry was trying to court somebody to also return, so
I said I don't know what much was happening last night, and I don't know. O'Shea got in the ring again for whatever reason. I have no why, and that's I don't know. I was kind of confused by that too, but hopefully, he seemed to walk out of there okay, where he could have got really messed up.
Oh, also,
Overall, it was a great show, man. Jody Ultra and Akbar. I can't wait for them to lock up when they do. They're the heat is around them. They're rivaling. And then now with PT as the world heavyweight champion, Jody Ultra as the Midwest champion. They're on the same page. Let's see what happens, man. They're on a different level right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to see. I mean, because obviously, they got a show up coming Friday. We don't know who's going to show up. I mean, obviously, a Friday night show for some of us is hard to make, which Zmiz has got other responsibilities. He won't be able to be there. I can't promise to be there because it's so close to the holidays. There's a lot to get done.
yeah.
I don't know. That's why I'm surprised that there was like 7 shows that were coming up in this next week. I'm like, holy crap, 7 shows? And I had to make sure. I mean, now that Glory Pro show, that's going to be something else.
Well, I like from the MSW shows because one of them actually said hot concessions available. It was like, yay for hot concessions.
Yeah. what has there been like cold concessions? Like I guess what, like just chips or something, like chips and donuts. Like no one's going to serve like hot dogs. I mean, certainly
there's a lot of there's a lot of places that have had hot soda before. I mean, but
cold food, hot soda. Oh my god!
I want to show off a couple of things I got in the mail recently.
Go ahead. What do you got,
man?
One, somebody that me and Ruby have worked with, hung out with, and everything.
Oh, Kevin Thorne.
That's
dual
sick,
kinds, both gimmicks.
This
is
cool.
the company that we may have a surprise at the Fan Fest with. We'll find out when it gets closer.
Nice.
Second one.
Hey,
Rocket.
Hey, two people that will be at the Fan Fest.
Ricky Morton talked my ear off the first time I met him. Just like that man is a talking machine, and I loved it.
Oh, Ricky? Oh no!
Matter of fact, we were in line for Sergeant Slaughter because my wife and I wanted to meet Sergeant Slaughter because he's the Slarge man. And Ricky Morton and their tables right here. And this is at SICW one of their fan fests. It was the Halloween one, right?
Yeah.
So they're right here, and Ricky Morton and them. My wife's like, we're getting pictures with him. He's so nice. We're getting so much pictures with him. While we're waiting for Sarge, he sold my wife. It was funny. Like they're good dudes. Sorry.
No. Oh, the entire
Nova,
DWO?
yeah. Oh, well, okay. I just saw Nova.
The
Nova's
entire
my favorite.
DWO.
Stevie Richards is ball too. He's a baller.
And the final one that I know Z's going to really drool over.
There you go. Yeah, where's Z?
It's all right. We got our little Frank over here. Don't worry. I got a little Frank over here. Man, I gotta get another. I want to get a custom one.
Don't let him fall.
Yeah, he's gonna fall. I want to get a custom one of him, just for one of my favorite stories. Because I didn't. Frank's one of those guys, Typhoon's one of those guys, not everybody's a fan of him kind of thing, but, I loved him because I'm a tag team guy. I love the tag team wrestling world, so, he was one of my favorites. And, but ever since Scorpio Sky told that story on Ethan Page's toy hunts about he had a E-Fed little thing where he played with his, and set up storylines and whatnot, and they called it, Thug Boat instead of Tugboat. It was Thug Boat. I want to make a Thug Boat just so I can get autographed by it because I think that's a great story of just being a fan of the business and having these different ideas for people that I think it could have been a cool thing actually. I would have been down with Thug Boat.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Z, are you psyched for the Fan Fest?
Oh, I'm pumped, bro.
I am
Bro,
too.
we spoke about my love of women wrestling and stuff, and Miranda Gordy's going to be there wrestling. Like, come on, bro, I'm ready.
Hold on. You're not even worried about her wrestling. You're hoping she brings more booze for you to try on the show.
100%. Shout out Miranda. Not only is she a baller wrestler and probably could take my head off, but she knows how to drink.
Nice.
What was it again? Peanut butter whiskey or what?
I don't remember what it was, but it was good, dude. I thought it was like
Was it peanut butter jelly wine?
Yeah, peanut butter jelly wine is what I think it was.
Oh, okay.
It was so good, and I don't like dessert wines and stuff. But that was my lady. That was great.
We ourselves are working on a lot of stuff, either to promote the Fan Fest or whatnot, including having a little mini setup that might be there.
Oh, that just warms my little nerd heart.
Yeah, look at that.
Wait, something's missing. Hold on. Something really big and make it a lot better. Hold on.
What? I had $1 for every time I said that.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
There.
See, you're missing two really handsome dudes.
Hold on. I got them.
No, don't go get more of your figures. I want a figure, dude. You are failing Ruby and I.
I have an idea who he's probably going to put on there.
What are you doing back, man?
And the cat's back. Yeah, there's one. And, yep,
there we go.
How to complete the set. Your three
We're
favorites.
working on it. There's still going to be more done to this.
Presenting me, myself, and I.
So, did either of you guys get to catch Deadline at all?
Ooh, I will tell you, I actually had to rush through Raw and SmackDown. I've not gotten the chance to see Deadline yet, but there was a certain there's a certain spot that you brought up before we go on the air, and I'd like for you to talk about because I saw the reel about it, and it's kind of funny, and it kind of, and I won't say anything more about it because I want you to go and break it.
What do we like the Dominic stuff?
No, we're talking about the appearance of the.
Oh, okay, yeah. So remember how GQ and them like, no, he won't go. He won't bring up NXT. No. A certain somebody forgot to get on a flight or missed his flight supposedly and showed up at NXT instead of making a phone call to Mr. HBK. And supposedly the rumor coming out of the show is they fumbled the whole segment because HBK or something broke because CM Punk was making fun of him and they were having fun basically. And Punk made them both forget their lines and what they're talking. This supposedly, I don't know, but it's a funny thing because if you go back and watch the segment, like it's Punk's worst segment. Get the.
So, is there any worse feeling than getting lost in a live promo? I mean, other than a lost spot in the match where you have planned and it just totally went. You know?
As somebody that makes his money in this business by talking,
right?
Yes, fumbling over your tongue and like you have an idea where you want to go with the story or in your head and like what you want to say and how you want to say it, and then maybe somebody in the and you want to go somewhere, but then you're like, line, please, because it's part of the business, so it's just fun and it. Haha, GQ, it's on the table, baby. Punk can go to NXT. I mean, it would be freaking massive. I'm not saying it's going to happen. He's going to Raw, but like, I would love it if Punk went to NXT. Like, I would absolutely love it. Carmelo Hayes versus Punk in NXT would be fire. Braun Breaker versus CM Punk would be, like, stop it. There's so many guys down there that could be baller for him to work with, and he did say when he came back to a certain other company that he wanted to work with young talent, and what better way to go? Never mind. I'm not going to take shots, but we'll let Punk talk for himself.
Yeah. Well, I think we see the whole writing. If you've seen his appearances so far, the writing's pretty much on the wall. There's really, I mean, he can sell all he wants to SmackDown. But really, you want to go to a place that's going to draw attention. You want to go to a place where you think is going to draw money for a certain brand or for a show. There's absolutely no reason why you should go to SmackDown. Absolutely none, in my opinion. There's none. You already got enough there. Randy got back there. LA Knight's trying to keep himself in the hunt. And now Roman Reigns is going to be coming back next week to SmackDown. So
once again, another reason why I'm telling you, because even if you look at Raw, okay, look at the three of them. I don't care. You have to talk about NXT being there. NXT showing and has been showing in recent growth rate that it's their third brand. It's a contender. Okay, I'm not saying he is going there. I don't see it being truly feasible to put Punk on NXT, but it would be a crazy shot because Raw is stacked too. You have so many people on Raw that where does Punk fit in there? But if you listen to a SmackDown promo, he's the wrench. He's the wrench in the plan. None of us suspected this. No one, like that's what makes WWE so much fun right now and how inwoven their storylines are. And you guys can say that I'm goofy for saying he could go to NXT and make NXT great. I truly think you're right. I'm going to say you're right on some things, like business-wise. Does it make sense? No, but it also makes sense if you want to make three brands really something. Like, and you can still have the cross bouncing back and forth. He could still go against Seth Rollins for some reason. Once again, what did I tell you, people? If you sit there and watch it, enjoy the layers, I believe he's going to Raw. But if he went through NXT to get to Raw, by winning the world title, because he goes to the Royal Rumble as an NXT superstar, wins the Royal Rumble as an NXT superstar, challenges Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania, boom, you're killing birds, and you're making another part of the company grow just a little bit more with notoriety and news. And voila, fire, because Punk and them could really lean into the fact that Punk told Seth Rollins on NXT that he was a nobody champion.
Yeah.
The history's there, man, and you go off that.
There's more history though with the connection of Paul Heyman going after Roman.
That's the easy storyline, though.
It's the one that would make more sense.
That's overall. The easy storyline, though, man. I agree with you. I'm not against you. I'm not against it, GQ. But it's the easy storyline.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I honestly think that it's a no-brainer to me. Punk's got to be at Raw. I think you need that star power at Raw. And the whole thing now is if we've seen on SmackDown in the promo backstage after he got back, because now Punk's talking about him finishing his story, and then Cody said, and then
said he's the monkey wrench.
Yeah, Cody's like, so you're here to finish your story, huh? And so it's like, now we got to battle. I'm going to finish my story first. No, I am.
And it could set up a feud between those two. Like, there's so much. Oh. Triple H, keep doing your job, man. I see your vision. Hire me. I'll help.
The biggest thing that would throw a lot more into the work, so to speak, is who wins the Royal Rumble. Have Cody win the Royal Rumble. He doesn't challenge Roman. He challenges Seth. He goes over there.
No, I think everybody wants to see. At this point, if Cody wins any big thing, it has to be over Roman. Like, I want to see that match again. Those two told a beautiful story, and for it to go that way and not finish the story, like, I still want to see it end that way now. Like, it kind of has to, in my opinion.
Would be the better money draw that won't result in actual injuries?
What? Cody Roman.
No, I think it would be CM Punk and Roman. Because if you put CM Punk and Seth, you will have legit injuries with it.
Never mind. Shut up. Texan's right. Texan's right.
I manage Texan. He drinks a lot.
I don't care.
No.
I believe in Texan.
Well, I'll tell you what. Isn't it funny what R-Truth, though, is now what he's trying to do?
It's part of the Judgment Day.
Hilarious. Oh, my God. Eddie McDonough. What are you doing? I'll cheer you guys on. You're not part of Judgment Day.
And he's holding one of those very overpriced NFL commemorative titles.
Yeah.
Cool, but overpriced. But no, R-Truth. Shout out to Skylar on We Talk Wrestling. Skylar Davis, that's my boy. So he posted on We Talk Wrestling. I posted a thing about R-Truth being, saying he's part of the Judgment Day, all that kind of stuff. And Skylar's like, if you don't love R-Truth, you're not a fan of wrestling. It's like so on point because that man can do anything in that business, and I will eat it up. He's a killer in-ring wrestler. Like, so get away from the little cartoon stuff that he does. Go back and watch when he was in TNA in the NWA title. Like, holy cow, the Matt's like dude was a great storyteller in the ring, and then to add the layers, and me. I love my comedy. So if you can put comedy in wrestling, hell yes, I'm all for it. And he adds that layer of comedy wrestling. And like, I legitimately wanted him to win a title when he was little Jimmy, like doing the little Jimmy stuff. Like he should have won a title during that stuff. And because, oh my God, it was so good. But R-Truth, we love him.
Yeah. He should get in the Rumble this year. He should. Is he going to win it? No, he's not going to win it, but he should at least get in it because why not? He's getting into everything else, getting in the Judgment Day clubhouse.
What was it? JD's like, we got to get locks.
Right now, with the whole Judgment Day and all, yeah. Proof that Texan really drinks a lot. He said little Jimmy should have won a title.
Hey, with Texan,
why did it not happen at the 24/7 title? Why did it not happen?
I did hear about a wrestler being pinned by a teddy bear, losing the title to the teddy bear, and then the teddy bear being pinned by somebody else. I have heard of that rumor that happened locally. So
yeah,
it happened.
We're gonna put that. We're gonna put
that's
that
good.
away.
I love whoever did it, but like that might have been too far.
Yeah, that's hashtag don't mention it. No, how about another one?
Here's who did it. He's missing a brick.
We noticed.
So how about this? We've been hearing some reports about this, and I want to kind of see what we're taking them, because apparently this is in regards to. Well, first off, it looks like he got injured about a week ago again, and that's another thing. We're also going to be talking about possible injuries here is too. Brian Danielson more trying to take the leadership in the locker room role, and apparently he's been given power to hand out fines. So I guess this is in regards to posts on social media. So, but once again, this has not been confirmed, but there are some reports out there, but the reports are not confirmed of what exactly the posts are about. So my question is someone who gets a new role and starts handing out fines, do you consider that more of an ego trip, or do you consider more of an establishment? Or, I mean, because to me, it's like, you've been in the locker room for a good while. Yes, you've been a veteran, but now you just stepped in this role, and now you want to start exercising your authority by start handing out the fines. And if you are fined, where does the money go? I mean, does it go to like a holiday party or to something else? I mean, I don't know, but I've been trying to look into this here, but just kind of give your take here on that, GQ. As far as this, if someone gets into a role of like leadership and they start want to start exercising power by handing out these fines right away, not having this role right away, do you consider that more of an aggressive role of their stature, or do you think it's just do they really want to do it for the good of the company?
Bring up Texan's last comment.
Where is that at? Okay, hold on.
100%.
Right, exactly.
So I okay, time out. Let's weigh both sides here because I agree with Texan and I agree with you, but at the same time, like if this little nugget did fall out of the pocket, right, and it came through, I think it's a good thing too, like because I think it's a very very unprofessional thing to do is go complain on Facebook about any company business, blah blah blah. So they're already getting out of pocket anyway. And now we just know who better, in my opinion, than to do it than Daniels. Dude's been around the business for a long time. He's learned from the toppity top. He's been to the mountaintop. He got to learn with the guys and have an understanding of what they do. Do you really think this isn't going on in WWE? Come on. Like there's a person up there that's going, hey guys, no. I understand because they've already established that. They've already established that's what there's always been. There's always been that communication gap between the indie world and what WWE does because WWE is this other breed. It's this other entity and how professional it is, right? With Daniels going to WWE and being there and understanding that concept with fines and whatnot, we've heard all about the drug fines. We've heard all about the things that come out of WWE back in the day, right? This is just another key to the puzzle. And when you got younger guys coming up that don't want to listen to potentially, because we're not throwing out rumors. I don't know. I'm not being that locker room. I'm not in that world, so I don't care. But we've heard that some of the people in the locker room don't want to listen to maybe the veterans and stuff and have their own ego issues and whatnot. When you go on Facebook or something or social media on X or something, you post it. That's just what that is. Like that's just as bad and dirty too. So having Daniels is somebody I would look up to as a wrestler and be like, okay, he knows what he's talking about. Like let's not do that and let's look at the possible positive side of it. And everybody went to the negative on it. Like everybody started trashing Daniels for it too on the internet. Like, come on, guys! Like it's a job. It's a job that we have to do, and you got to take care of it. And you got to have some pride into it. Like I believe in open the curtain, showing behind the scenes a little bit, but you got to still have some pride in it. Like that's all about it. Like I'm with the person that's doing it. So Tony Khan made a good decision, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if it is definitely something that's out of conduct, that's fine. If they do for the greater good for conduct, right? Exactly. Back in the person's decision, of course. So, but I mean, I don't think it's a nitpick type of deal. Yeah, that I agree with too. If you're an active wrestler in here and you're given a role for that, and you're handing out fines, and you're still an active wrestler, that's a little bit backwards.
Well, okay. Daniels already said he's on his last run. He's done here soon.
Retired. He's not retired.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Tony Khan's already said that he wanted Daniels to take over if Tony Khan ever got out of the business. Like, there's already that relationship with the dude backing the dude.
Right. I understand that.
I don't believe Daniels is going to look at it from like just a wrestler standpoint. Like, hey, he wants to be the best. You guys want to be the best. You got to act the best. That's what it is. And you're going to have a role model. And Daniels is a damn role model, people.
Yeah. So
like
yeah.
So who better to give the fine out then?
Okay.
The role model.
Okay. So, like I said, Texan does put out a good point. If you are still an active wrestler and you've got a problem, and if they don't want to address the problem with you, then you go to the higher level. Let that higher level still hand out that fine. Don't let Danielson hand out that fine because if you're still active on the roster as a competitor, You definitely lead. Like I say, you got to lead by example. But if there's a problem that needs to be addressed, and if there's something that you know, if you're given like executive power to hand out a fine, but yeah, you're gonna hand out a fine, but then the next night you're gonna go work a match. I mean, there's something a little bit wrong with that. It's got to come from an office position. To me, I mean, that's just old school with me. I mean,
I can
he could
respect
be a
it.
snitch. I mean, I guess some people would call him a snitch if he goes and reports back to Tony or whoever, and then they hand out the fine. But still, he can't.
So what's like with I like this debate right now because like Triple H, okay, let's go
Sure.
up there. Triple H, he wasn't in this kind of role ever, right? Handing out
Right.
fines, whatnot. But he was still one of those guys in the back making decisions and help making decisions, and it was an active wrestler. Like, where do you cut the line?
He married the boss's daughter.
No, you can't do that because there's other guys that have done this too. There's other guys. I'm just using Triple H as one of the examples. Like, there's other guys that have been influential behind the scenes, but if they have the best at heart for the business, and I mean truly the best at heart for the business, I don't see a reason why a guy that is going in the ring and putting his ass on the line not also be one of the guys going, hey, like, no, we're not supposed to be doing that. Why do you think everybody looked up to Undertaker?
Okay.
He was that guy. Like, he wasn't handing out fines, quote unquote,
Exactly.
but he was.
He was handing out.
But his
receipts.
fines were in a different way, and they're called, an R word. Then I'm not going to say it. Like, but receipts, like they were. Like, don't tell me that. Like, this is a different way of thinking, and this is where the business is going, in my opinion. Is we're taking people that truly have a passion and a heart for this business and taking them seriously, and like, hey, these guys are the guys that are going to push it. And I think Bryan Danielson is that guy for AEW to go, hey, you guys are all out of line. You all out of line. Like, I'm saying it still this day. I'm not saying CM Punk was ever innocent through all that BS that got aired, but I'm telling you 100% the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and them weren't innocent either.
No, they're no.
And I wasn't even in the locker room. But because as a man and as a person, a woman, whatever, that there's two sides of the story. And if we're not getting both sides of the story, but when you think of a guy that can really bring people together, Danielson's that dude. Like, he really is that person. He's a good guy, and he has a heart for the business in a different way. Like, he has a true passion for the business and wants to see it succeed. That's why people don't question Triple H. I don't question Triple H by any means, because he has a heart and passion for the business, and we saw through all the documentaries we got to sit through, WWE TV, which, by the way, did you know WWE is finally cutting ties with all merchandise video sales?
How's that?
They will no longer be selling their in-home DVDs, Blu-rays.
I probably won't doubt it, because why would you?
I'm so sad, but respected. Whatever. It was still a hit, man. Like, it was a hit to my heart.
I mean, everything's going digital. I mean, unfortunately, that's and if it's going to be kept on the library. It's either outside of the U.S., WWE Network, or Disney, wherever else is, getting the WWE Network banner. In the U.S., it's Peacock. So that's where you're going to be getting that. That's where everything is
My
going.
opinion, is for the collectors out there to begin with. I mean, now nobody's ever going to have the complete set of all the WrestleManias because they stopped production now and everything. But I mean, that's a lot. Well, a lot of people still buy the WrestleManias to keep adding to their collection and stuff.
I used to buy all the I've bought most of all the documentaries they've always produced on DVD. Like, even some of the newer ones they've done.
You talk about like
no,
Red Heart one and
yeah. The CM Punk one, which I just rewatched the other night. But you're 100% right, Texan. That is what Peacock is for now, and I can respect it, even though I don't have to like it, because I still like to get my DVDs or Blu-rays every once in a while. Sorry. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand. I guess from a collector's standpoint, you want something like that. I mean, there's some collectors with DVDs and all videos and everything else. I get it. But we're in another day and age now. You can throw away your Blockbuster card or put it in your memorabilia or whatever else, and let your kids look at it and be like, what the hell is this for? Like a cassette. You know,
I
you're not
shot
going
the
to use
family
them, but it's
video.
cool to
Thank
have.
you.
Yeah. You know, what's this thing says? 8-track. Um, you know, it's cool, you know.
Speaking of
Um,
that, you're making fun of. No. You're making fun of that. I had a VCR that Alan gave me last night, and it doesn't work. So mad. My kids and I want to watch Beethoven again, but on my VHS player. Like, I have a lot of
you want to
VHSs.
watch the tape of Beethoven?
Yes. Come on, man. Shush.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I don't know. I mean,
Nostalgia about hearing that. Like, oh, I love it.
yeah, I know
The only
VCRs.
sound I would enjoy that's nostalgic would be the modem dial sound.
Oh no.
Oh no, I'm not waiting 3 minutes for you to get that, bro.
No, I'm not talking about being on that connection. I'm just talking about hearing that sound. That's it.
So let's see. Anything else?
14.4 baud modems or anything. No.
Oh my god, yeah. Hey, like watching the little AOL guy trying to run
Okay,
and go.
I'm done. I got to go because I just saw Tyler Cooley came in. He saw talk about himself, so I'm out. Bye.
What?
All right, hi.
Later.
Okay. So yeah, no, I totally get it. Yeah, I guess GQ he did kind of tell me he was on a time limit.
Same. Got the sweet sweatshirt.
I've got old school, but it's still got something because I wore the new one last night and I wanted to dirty it up as much. So no, man. I mean, we could agree to disagree, but um, with stop producing DVDs. I mean, really, who's going to really keep putting out DVDs?
Oh
I
no,
mean,
it makes a perfect good business decision. I'm the little nostalgia child in me is like, no, but no, I get it.
yeah.
I understand it.
You know what? They should really still keep it around to like maybe to the end of 2024 because
I think that's what
I
I
would
think
like
that's
to see. Wouldn't it be so cool if there was like a 40 disc release of like all WrestleManias?
Oh, bro, I would so I have most of them. So
That would be the time because I remember there was some when they had like the first 15 WrestleManias and they sold those and then like the first 20 and
I want if somebody could find it. It has to be complete. But the SummerSlam box set because it's a cooler. It's a
oh,
lunch. It's a lunch cooler, dude. They have theirs. I can't remember how many years it was, but it was a lunch cooler. That thing was sick. It was like a lunchbox.
really?
Yeah.
Was it just something that was now here's what I tell you. There's like a SummerSlam complete anthology. Let me see if I could. Oh man. Oh, that's a bot.
Or it was a cooler. It was a cooler. Not a
Cool.
lunchbox. It was a cooler.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's something of a cooler here because
No,
that would
no.
be,
See, this is what I mean. I love you, but you're still not as cool as me because I'm the only one, bro.
yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
That was done as a special request and it'd be about double the price of a t-shirt, bro. So
yeah.
here we go. Oh, this is probably what you mean. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get. Let me see if I get this up here. I know.
It looks like a cooler.
Oh yeah. Would you say it looks like a coolie?
No, not a coolie.
No, I know what you're talking about here. I'm gonna get this. Let's see, resize that sucker. See if we can get it to round a little bit. There you go. But we still catching hell over here.
Oh, Mr. Cooley.
It's Cooley. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pull this up. Where is? Go. There we go. Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm going to shrink this down so we can make it so where everybody can see it. There we go. There we go.
Oh, dude, I forgot I even had this.
All right. So this is probably what you're talking about, right?
Yes, that's awesome. That's super cool, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like a 20 disc set or something like that. Um, that was actually a box. And what I mean, it's a box that looked like a cooler, but it wasn't actually a cooler.
Whatever, but it's still cool.
Dude, you know how many times we said that if we said that word, like we had $1 for every time we said that word, man, we'd be making some serious money right now. Or form of the word. Good lord. No, but no, that's pretty sweet, you know. But can you imagine like WrestleMania, you know, after 40 gets done, you know, releases in the summer of 2024 of a 40 disc set, the entire anthology of WrestleMania, and
That'd be
then just
sick.
cut it off.
That'd be sick. But like, I'm just saying, that's nostalgia to me. Like, I love that kind of stuff, and this is how I got my wrestling as a kid.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I said I got VHS tapes that are still kept in
Oh, I had
pretty,
those too.
you know.
Matter of
That's
fact,
like,
I was upset my kids broke my No Way Out.
oh my goodness. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
And you know
But
what you'll never get if you've ever like bought the pay per view, you always taped it too. Back in the day, like whenever pay per views would
yes,
run,
yes.
yeah. So you don't get so you get the unedited, so you get the aired unedited version, and then you just keep the original, and then when they release that, they like cut out some like little things. It's like, oh well, didn't have that in mind. So,
Like when Kitty flashed the audience.
oh yeah, yes. That's yeah. So I mean, some things, you know,
See, that's
are
something. That's something I feel bad for the. That's why, like, people make fun of me for wanting a VHS player. Like, I want my kids to live just a little bit of piece of that, like, life of like. That's how I watched wrestling and stuff like. Because Chase thought it was cool. He's like, "Wait, you got Raws on this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a Raw. That's a Raw. That's a SmackDown. That's a Raw." And he's like, "What? What? This is awesome!" I'm like, yeah, there's a pay per view. Like, so it was fun. It's fun to go back through with them and walk down that memory lane. So for me, for them to say like, "Hey, they're done with it," it's one of those feelers that got cut. Like, now give me ice cream cones.
yeah, right. No, ice cream bars, my
Yeah,
friend.
bars. My
I
bad. My
like the
bad. Bars.
bars. Yeah, I like the bars, boy. Those are. Yeah, we gotta stop talking about dessert. Um, we just got to. Let's see. Here's another notable here. If you didn't see on SmackDown, Charlotte Flair apparently injured again on her left knee. It was done off camera, where the physicians were attending to her. So it looks like I don't know. We'll have to look into reports to see how severe that's going to be. But Charlotte Flair has to take another back seat for a while
And it
until.
sucks, man, because I was really liking this new role that she was getting into, and I was really hoping that her and Becky were gonna like form a team and start like feuding, because I think they'd be a good injection into like the tag team division and whatnot. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. Please get better, Queen, because she's one of my favorite female wrestlers. So I know I talk about Rhea all the time, but Charlotte is still definitely right up there as a top honchos in my heart when it comes to those women.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Knee injuries are nothing to mess with. I'm telling you what, that's my Achilles right now. Is keeping that healthy, and sometimes it gets weak or it gets achy every now and then. Those are just nothing to mess with. And I never wish any ill will on anybody like that. You know, you got to keep finding a way to make your money. So hopefully Charlotte does get better, and hopefully it is soon. Hopefully hopefully it's not that severe. She returns at the Rumble.
Oh yeah, she can do that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
So
I'm still holding hope. I'm one of the guys that like everybody's like, oh, where's Jade? Where's Jade? We got to see a taste of her. Bring her out Royal Rumble, and give me another like couple face downs and stuff. Like I'm her and Charlotte. That's like one of my dream matches.
oh my gosh, I know. And like it's another. You know, the other couple things here. It looks like it's like Drew McIntyre is going off the kind of taking a page out of our truth book about 12 years ago, where the truth shall set you free. He's going a little bit psychotic. He's the Scottish psychopath now, and tore up Seth and Jay at the end of at the end of Raw. So
Just get ready. Get ready.
yeah,
So there's another little company that's making noise. We're talking about notable things that's happening right now in the wrestling world. Let's bring TNA back up. People forget about a stint that
yes,
Mr. Drew McIntyre did down there. So we're getting to see a whole nother side of Drew on the main WWE roster, and he's leaning into an older thing, and I can't wait to see what he does up there. But TNA just supposedly got Trent Seven too,
yes,
and there talks about them redoing the app or getting a new app. So
yes. I did see something about that.
I'm
Yeah,
super pumped about that because I'm a big fan of TNA, but it's really hard to watch it right now for me because I don't get the channel. I can't find a way to get the channel. I can't, so I'm like having to watch bits and pieces of it to stay like relevant with them. But they're so good, man. TNA is underappreciated, and I can't wait to see what they do. So
like I said, there's just something about the Impact label I can't get over. But if you bring back TNA wrestling, then I'll probably more than likely be trying to find a way to watch it. And I know they'll be back like second week of January, whatever the case may
mhm.
be. So,
And then we have the
um,
greats in the OVW,
yeah,
Arya.
uh, yeah. And I think probably one more thing I got here is where do you see Damage Control going from here? We've been dealing with the last couple weeks that Bailey. Well, first Bailey on the couple weeks ago, Bailey messed up with trying to help out Kari Sane, but took the punch for Asuka, where Asuka rolled up Charlotte for the three. So it's like,
I think they were setting up for a 4-on-4 thing. Belair, Charlotte, Becky, Bailey would have been their fourth, and then Damage Control. Then will be go forward is Damage Control. Bailey's on the way out, so just get
yeah,
ready.
no. We see it written in the stars already. But now the thing is, you got to get Dakota Kai cleared in order for that to happen. So
No,
she's
because she's doing a great job as a mouthpiece right now.
right. Well, I'm just saying she's on the shelf right now. That's why she
Oh
is.
yeah. True.
So so she's got to find a way to get cleared off, and that. Like I said, we're looking into battles up to WrestleMania with Bailey going against Damage Control, and that's the group that she brought in and developed in, and then freaking, um, you know, invited Asuka back, and then who else? It's I don't know whether Bailey's in it or not. I'm a big fan of Damage Control myself.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Heck yeah. This Damage Control is going to be one of the greatest things.
it's Endeavor that's putting the app together.
Yeah, Endeavor. That's right. I forgot it was Endeavor.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank you, Big Texan.
yeah.
I'm pumped to see it, man. Like I said, I'm a massive fan of TNA. Always was. When they switched over to just Impact, and I can't remember what company bought them out. I lost track of them for a while. Just kept them up on like what I was reading about.
Was an Anthem?
Yeah, it was Anthem.
Yeah.
And the stupid owl logo.
Oh yeah, that was like I'm like, what is this crap? Like,
But
so
yeah, that's like the little engine that could, and I'm all for TNA coming back and making a strive to being one of the top companies. I think it's owed to it. Like we talk about wrestlers getting their second chances or their redemptions. Punk's coming back to WWE to get a second chance. Cody's coming back to end his story. Like all these guys in these sections. What about a company? What about a company just going and like getting what they're owed? Like TNA. People do not realize how good TNA was back in the day. Even when Hogan came in, there was a lot of dumb stuff that happened during that time. But like the Aces and Eight don't get the respect that it deserves. It really doesn't. Those guys busted their asses and made great TV, and it just didn't get the spotlight that it deserves. So I'm pumped to see those three letters like literally get a breath of fresh air. I really am.
Yeah, I like I said, I've always been for the TNA logo, and apparently they are going to be coming back with new belts too. So they are going to be
Dude,
having
if
new
they
belts.
pay homage to like the older style TNA titles,
Through the tag titles.
oh my god, there was
The tag titles were the best belt there, and of course the world belt wasn't bad.
no.
But oh my god, yeah.
Do not bring the global title back or whatever.
What was that? Yeah. Do you make the digital media championship? Do you still carry
I
that?
like that title, actually. I like that title. I'm all for the digital media title being a thing. But then again, I was a fan of that idea and that premise when a certain, Long Island guy did the same thing. So
yeah,
that idea and that premise there of the internet and using it to your advantage. We're seeing what OVW is doing with it, and they're using streaming as their advantage, right? They gave us that thing that and got people hooked in it. That's adding new eyes to something, right? So if TNA did something with the digital media title where they're just putting it on there as like a hell. Call me stupid for saying this. Go ahead, take this idea as somebody, because this is $1 million idea in my opinion. You put that as a damn ad. YouTube has those stupid ads that go like 13 minutes, but you put a good wrestling match as one of those 13 minutes as your TNA digital title on the line, bro. That's getting a whole different type of eyes on your product. And if the guys and gals doing good, because I'm all for the idea of that being an intergender thing, because I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, because Jordan Grace won that title and did an amazing job with it for a while. So I'm all for that. It gives a whole new eye to the company. So no, do it. Do the digital title. Do it.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And let's just say that I do not want a belt that just says TNA Heavyweight Champion. And big ugly blue letters on a nice gold background belt.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
naughty as hell.
Right there. Like, okay, I wouldn't put every show live on just Facebook, but like every once in a while doing it, or like a couple matches. Hell yeah. Because they're going to be like, oh, wait, them people are having fun there. Bet.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to like that. We're going to follow that. Now, look, okay, the next shoe's going to be here in, let's say, I don't know why this word came up in my mind, Collinsville, right? Like, boom, voila, we're going to that show. Whoever, so there you go, Herb. There's one of my ideas. You use it, buddy. I'm all for it.
Yeah, heck, I mean, it can go live on Facebook on Thursday, but hey, why not, Z? Why don't you go ahead and quit your job and we'll go take a drive down to Louisville on a Thursday. Go do some interviews.
Oh, dude, I would be so like. No, I start my job Monday with Sam's Club, and I'm pumped to go back. I'm gonna finish my story in real life. Like, I have a lot to show people. Like, I've changed.
Yeah,
and I'm pumped to be doing what I'm doing, and I'm pumped to be with you. And last night, dude, I can't speak of it again. I know people have a bad thought pattern about other people in the company and stuff, or the wrestling territories around this area. But we're not who you think we are. That's all I'm saying. Like, it was a family last night, and I'm proud of everyone at Illinois Elite Wrestling for what we did. We had a great show. We had a great crowd. Once again, I can't say it enough. Thank you, Douglas O'Shea. Thank you, Chris Trader, 100% for what you've done for the business. I'm very sad that we don't get to paint the canvas anymore together. So for now, at least, but yeah. There's big things to come, and I'm proud to be a part of it, and hopefully changing people's thought patterns about things.
Exactly. And so before we get out of here, I just want to let everybody know that next week will be our last show of 2023, because unfortunately the calendar did not work out our way this year, because the following Sunday is Christmas Eve. The following Sunday after that is New Year's Eve. And we're not going to be putting ourselves on here and our families waiting on us. I mean, gosh, those are holidays. This is a time for gathering, that a time for celebration, bringing in 2024. So we're going to be bringing our next show. So we're going to have next Sunday, which is going to be our Falls Count Everywhere recap of 2023. We're going to bring you probably a good list of our best memes. We're probably going to be bringing you. We want to see maybe what we think what the best stories that our guests had. Maybe kind of get part of the best. Best overall guess that we think that we had or what. But we're going to try and work on that, probably go in some clips or maybe just go in some pictures. But trust me, we've got some good stories, and we're just gonna sit back and have a good time, just to kind of wrap up the best of 2023, especially when the part of that is going to be from the first fan fest with people sitting down next to us, such as Silas Mason, such as Gerald Briscoe, such as leaning over
Miranda
the mic,
Gordy.
Miranda Gordy. Yes, Miranda Gordy sat down next to us for a while, and also about leaning over to Mike. Shout outs from like Baron von Raschke and Teddy Long, calling us that we're going one on one with the Undertaker. So there's just a lot of good things, a lot of good moments, and we're going to be kind of putting our best together. But what, no matter what, something that stuck with us. I mean, to me, it's going to be hard because I really appreciate everybody that comes on this show and helps us out, gets our word. But then they're getting their story out there, and that's basically what we're about. You know, because knowing with me being in the business for as long as I have, and still going, we just I just want to turn around and give somebody a platform to let kind of turn back the curtain away from you know being away from the ring and just giving their life experiences of what it is to be in the business. And that's basically what we're all about. And like I said, Falls Count everywhere. No matter where you're at, you're putting in that work, you're getting respected. We want to make sure that people are getting. We want to get the best stories out there that are setting the example in this business. To my opinion, and there's a lot out there. There's a lot I'd like to get out there, and or even from a fan's perspective. And let me get you, we're already booking up in 2024. We've already got our first two. We got our first 2 or 3 weeks in January, possible the first 2 weeks in February, and we're going to keep filling up. And hopefully, we'd like to get something that's going to lead up to the fan fest as well. I mean, but I got to do a little bit of digging. Got to do, got to see what I can get out there. But no, we're going to be lining up 2024 with some good, awesome guests, maybe some return guests as well. Um, but no, we would like to get some notable names on here for 2024 and kind of set that bar. And hey, we're happy to be here. So I'm stoked for it, and we're gonna have a good time next week, and then we're going to have the rest of 2024 off. So we'll have our show next Sunday, and then you won't see us for 3 weeks. So, but that's what it is.
Thank you, Mr. Simmons. We love you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like so we got some good. Like we'd like to go ahead and.
Can we do this again? Can we?
Oh yeah, like so
I'm all for this one.
Oh yeah.
All for this one.
What happens on Sunday night with this gentleman too? So it's like you have to arrange your schedule there, buddy. And hey, guess what? Hey, Texan, I'm going to be trying to find a triple match to bring on Saturday. So that's yeah. So that's all I'll say about that. So Saturday is going to be a good time for me. So, but no, man. But I'll tell you what, I am really stoked. Like I said, looks like we're hitting on all cylinders, just hitting things here tonight. Yeah, like I said, if you missed the like I said, Arie Alexander, we had a really good interview with her. Just a sweet gal, only 5 years in the business, but she's already been hey, look at that. If he can make it, I mean, I think he's off on a Saturday, but he's
where are we going?
We'll talk off the air, brother.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll talk off the air a little bit. It's a gentleman's club. You can't be.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I just wear shorts though. Okay. I'm like Pat McAfee. I don't like wearing pants.
Hey, I don't know. It depends. If you're going to be outside in 30, would you really wear shorts in 30-degree weather?
Bro, I wear shorts all year round.
Oh Lord. Well, it's not.
I have to go buy pants. I got to do this tomorrow. I got to go buy pants so I can go back to work at Sam's Club because I'm working in the food department and I can't wear shorts. So, like, I only wear shorts.
Yeah. You're going to be making pretzels and hot dogs.
Yep. I'll be in the cafe here at Quincy, Illinois, Sam's Club. I can't wait to be back there. Like, dude, you don't understand what I'm very happy with my decision. I really am. I'm happy to go back there.
Yeah, Sid Howard come up and be like, "Hey man, don't be messing up my pizza."
Sid, he's doing good, man. He's doing good. I'm proud of him.
Yeah,
he got busted open the hard way yesterday, supposedly.
Oh,
really? I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I can't remember what show he said. I want to say it was PWE, but I'm not 100% sure. This is a show he went to, but he got busted open the hard way, unfortunately. Ooh. Like I haven't seen it yet, but. Rest easy, buddy. That's my boy. I love him. I hope he's doing really well right now. Him and I haven't talked much here lately. We do our normal Snapchat. That's about it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, man, I'll tell you. No, it's like I said. We want to. Like I said, it's going to be a busy weekend upcoming around here, down in Missouri. Like you said, MSW's got 3 shows back to back, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's nuts. And then you've got IEW Friday. You got TSW down in Bethany, Missouri, Friday and Saturday. And then you got New Breed on Saturday. My God, what the heck? Then finally people are going to be taking a break for a while. And then, like I said, next week we will run some shows that are going to upcoming here. Like I said, I know on January 13th, SICW will be back at the Belleville Fairgrounds in Belleville. And then possibly a TV taping on the next day, but I have to reconfirm on the poster. Like I said, you know what? Also, next week, I think IWA Productions, December 30th.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have a show, so we're going to get the details on that. And then also New Genesis on January 20th. I think back in Biscuita, and then. But we'll promote what we can because, like I said, we're not going to be on here until again on January 7th, and we're looking forward to that. And in fact, I will confirm that on January 7th, our featured guest will be the brand new AIWF Cruiserweight Champion Barrett Brown, who apparently has also doing a lot of work with New Japan Strong, which is nice. Is Eddie Kingston still the champ for New Japan Strong, or did he drop that to somebody else?
So I think he's still technically the champion right now, but he put it up for grabs in the tournament to crown because they're going to crown a triple crown champion or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't quite understand it, but I'm all for it. Whatever.
Yeah, triple crown. And I'll tell you, that's another belt to have to look into the history is the NWA Triple Crown Championship, and that's a beautiful belt too.
I think that's what they're getting ready to establish, if not mistaken, if what I'm understanding with it. Because I've been kind of like, I've understand it's been a tournament for the, I don't remember what title they have now. Like they have so many. So, but All Atlantic Championship or something like that. But then Kingston put the 2 titles up as to make it a triple crown.
Oh, okay. No, but if you get some spare time, look up for NWA Triple Crown Champion. And I gotta look into the history of that because I love history of wrestling, but just because that's just a beautiful belt all on its own. So, that's about me and the art belt work, man. It looks like crap. Then don't be sending me no big W's because I will cancel and block your flight. That's all I'm going to say. No big W's. Oh gosh. Anyway, even though I will say I am getting a little bit better adjusted to the world titles for both. That's basically the same model for for Seth.
No, they're stupid.
So I mean, they are the better looking belts that they have right now. Next to, actually, they are probably one of the better looking belts. I don't know who else is better right now. I still can't. The Intercontinental belt, I still can't get a fix to it.
What? IC title belt's cool.
But, hey, that's another one.
It's okay.
Another topic for next week. 2023 on the main stage. 2023 best overall wrestler of the year. That's a good argument to present.
On the main stage?
We're talking all of WWE. We're talking AEW. We're talking Impact. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should just break it down to each promotion.
Yeah, I say do top 3 in each promotion because, like, I mean, I guess if you could, okay. I mean, if you could
doing one. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, like I said, but we're gonna save all of that energy for next week because we got a lot to do next week as far as going over best road stories that we've heard on here from the past year, highlighted guests, basically the best thrills. That at least according to us, but like I said, we're thrilled for everybody that comes on this show because we love the story, we love talking wrestling, and we love getting everybody's background on the business. So, but we're gonna. But everybody, we thank you very much for joining us here tonight. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And once again, we want to thank Arie Alexander, the queen of the German Suplex, for being our featured guest right off the bat here with episode number 129 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. And me and Z are going to go hang in the green room for just a tad bit before we say goodnight and get ready for Monday. So hopefully your Monday is good as well, everybody. Once again, for GQ, who had to depart early, and for the Gem City Mouse Zmiz, I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby. Thank you very much, guys. And we will see you next week for the best of 2023 in Falls Count Everywhere. And we will get you back next week. Keep on holiday shopping, and we'll be back here to bring you some more joy right before the holidays. So y'all have a good week, and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye for now.
See y'all.
We thank everybody for tuning in to tonight's episode of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Don't forget our friends at the following. Keeping It Cool with Tyler Cooley, the Searcher and Hide podcast, and We Talk Wrestling. The Falls Count Everywhere podcast is an LTX Enterprises production.